Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Divinely Transformed. I'm so glad that you could be here with me today for your daily short. Before I get started with the reading, please let me remind y'all that I do have daily content over on X and TikTok. All of that information is in the description box below. Feel free to check it out if you wish. Thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And as always, I have pre-shuffled off camera, so let's find out what the Holy Spirit wants us to know for today. So the first card out is the Ace of Swords reversed. So this is everything from confusion to self-deception to a mental block to denial to actual lying, misusing truth or power. And we have the Eight of Cups reverse. So, Eight of Cups reverse, it's all about like emotional manipulation, emotional avoidance, the fear of change, clinging to the past, and stagnation where there's no growth. So, let's talk about the Ace of Swords in reverse first. So this is anywhere from being unknowingly deceptive to actually being knowingly deceptive. So this carries huge karmic weight here. And this is about learning to speak and see the truth clearly. And it's about learning to not twist it for fear, pride, or ego. Whenever the Ace of Swords is in the reverse, it shows a soul that's learning how to tell the truth with integrity. Whether they're actually working on that or not, it's still the karmic goal and theme for them to be working on learning to tell the truth and developing integrity. So it can point to lifetimes where words, thoughts, or ideas were used to manipulate or where honesty was suppressed. And this lesson is to cut through the illusion, to think and communicate with clarity, even when it's uncomfortable. But then we have the Eight of Cups here. So this is learning when to walk away and having the courage to evolve emotionally. Whenever this card is reversed, it's someone who is karmically tied to patterns of staying too long in unfulfilling situations or returning to old emotional cycles that, they know that those old emotional cycles aren't fulfilling for them, but they just kind of overstay their welcome. It's just kind of like getting used to what you don't want and then lying to yourself about it. That's what this is like. So the lesson is to release attachments and trust that moving forward leads to higher spiritual growth. The only way to move forward is to stop staying too long in situations that haven't been emotionally fulfilling in some time. And but the first thing is you have to stop lying to yourself. You have to stop deceiving yourself. So this is kind of like a double-edged sword, so to speak. So this is like something that we develop as a resilient skill to trauma, and then we just, make excuses for it, or we just suppress the truth of how we feel entirely. This is an act of self-denial, which is an act of self-abuse. So this is about learning to let go of these programmed responses that we just used to doing because it worked for a while. But the more that you do this over time, the more it erodes your soul. And you can just react in so many different and unconscious ways because of that soul erosion of, shoving it down inside and stuffing the dissatisfaction of a once emotionally fulfilling situation that no longer is. Lying to self and others about, how unfulfilling that the emotions are for you. This is really what we need to avoid doing, because this is, like I said before, an act of self-abuse. And we don't even realize that we're doing it. And it's creating unconscious damage over time that you can actually see in different ways. Because as someone who has actually come out of this, I saw where I went along with situations that I didn't want anything to do with. It was all out of fear. And yeah, so that's where all that comes from. It comes from the past. And the only way to really grow from it is to find out why you were even engaging in this in the first place, in order to change it, in order to grow from it, in order to grow past it. So if this reading resonated with you, please give it a like or give me a comment. I'd love to hear from y'all. Thank y'all for supporting all of my platforms and all the ways that y'all do. Thanks again, and I'll talk to y'all soon.